So we know for a while now United's instinct has been to go to the transfer market to try and solve all our issues. It clearly hasn't worked really for the last decade, and we're already trying to scramble now, trying to find players to help Amorim in his 3-4-3 system. We're looking to the January transfer window for a saviour, and we know that very rarely happens. And then plus, we know the United have no money, and we know the PSR has us by the balls. While the majority of our transfers tend to flop, Carrington has been there to keep United afloat. United might have gone a bit too far with some of the cash-saving measures before Christmas, but can we take a leaf out of Barca's book? And no, not with how they handle their finances, but in the way that they use their academy to supplement the first team. Can United do that to a similar extent now? I don't want to just be selling our best academy products in order to make money for more transfers. That's far from the United way for me, and what we've done with McTominay, what we're going to be doing with Rashford, doesn't really sit right. And I know it's hard to bring youth players into a struggling team, but my look in today's video is more for transfer windows a little bit further down the line. And where United might not need to be throwing around so much cash in the summer transfer windows. And plus, we might just be on the last resort option year anyway. We've seen Garnacho and Mino come through as first team regulars in recent seasons, but United have continued to spend hundreds of millions, and a lot of it, safe to say, has been wasted, but I've talked about that far too much before. Barca are once again relying on that La Masia to challenge at the top of the Liga, beating the likes of Bayern in the Champions League along the way. Half of their first 11 most of the time is from the academy, and I know a lot of it with Barca is due to they have forced multiple financial issues, but United are not really in a very good financial state themselves at the minute. We know a big reason why, but I see a lot of people telling me that the academy is cooking. From what I've seen of it, it definitely is. But can we not use that now, use those talents like we have done in the past, and get them into this first team? We've seen again with Barca at the age of 16, they promoted Pau Kabasi, and he immediately came and established himself as a first team regular. United have Kukonki, been training regular now with the first team. Far more physically ready for first team football. So you'd like to see him at least now having some sub appearances from the bench this Premier League season. But what do United desperately need in this squad right now? I don't want to be hearing a lot of striker shouts, as I've said it 1,000 times. I don't think that's the priority right now. We need a left wing back for me, a wide centre back, and some number 10s to fit in those attacking roles in Amorim's new system. Especially if Rashford's out the door. And even if we did need a striker, why fork out big money for Gyökeres or Osimhen when Obi Martin seems primed for the top? Having continued that goal-scoring form from Arsenal into United, he's physically ready, has all that finishing ability in his locker. Why can't he make it at United? And why would we pay top price for Schlotterbeck, for Branthwaite, when Kukonki is right there? A centre-back gem for United who seems ready-made for that left centre-back spot. At 6'5", with pace and technical ability, why can't he make it into our first team? Why throw money at Kvaratskhelia when Ibrahimov is right there? He can play anywhere in the front line. He's gotten a lot more physically ready in recent seasons, and he's got a lot of technical ability, making the under-21s look easy at the minute, and it's hard to see how he doesn't get debut minutes for United very, very soon. In midfield, why pay top dollar for someone like Stiller when Sekou Kone is right there? Kone is seemingly having a season now where he gets used to the English culture and they sort of bed him into United. But the early signs are that there's a midfield gem in there. United have that on their hands to potentially solve that pesky CDM spot. And why splash out big money on that left wing back spot? Why pay big money for someone like Alphonso Davies or Nuno Mendes from PSG when Amas is right there? He's obviously not had the season that we expected. He had a lot of high hopes to break into the first team this season. But that potential still hasn't gone away. There's a reason Luke Shaw said this.
One young player people should watch out for.
He's a young left-back from Man United, Harry Amas.
And there's no doubting now that that left wing-back spot is up for grabs if Amas can fulfill anywhere near that lofty potential.
You know how long I've been waiting for this? Woo, I'm about to make a name for myself here.
And now I've only named a few names here, and there's some more honourable mentions like Jack Fletcher, like Shea Lacey. Why can't we now be capitalising on that success that the under-18s have seen in recent seasons? Obviously, they won't all make it, and as of now, they've got hell of a long way to go if they're going to be as good as the same players I've mentioned in the same positions as them. But if United are that strapped for cash, if the PSR issues are that high, then not every squad hole needs to be fixed with a £50 million plus signing. That's what I'm trying to get across in the video today. Even bang average players these days seem to be quoted for around 50 million. United need to do better in the transfer market, but can we now, on top of that money that we're spending, try and integrate a few more of these academy players? Because I don't think we've quite done enough of it in recent seasons. Mino was an obvious one, Garnacho as well. Can we pick out some other players to really fulfill that potential? Because I do think if we're going to get back on top anytime soon, then we need to be using Carrington to its full potential.
Very wise, very wise, very wise.
So there we are, guys. Let me know down in the comments down below who you'd like to see getting some first team minutes for United this season from the academy. As always, guys, if you enjoyed this video, drop it a like, subscribe if you're new around here, and I'll catch you in the next one.